Okay, now we're doing question 1, and that we're given this graph, and it's defined on the interval from -1 to 3, and they want us to state whether it's continuous or not, and if it's not, where is it discontinuous and why is it not continuous? Well, it's not continuous, and it's not continuous at 2. And the reason it's not continuous at 2, if you look at page 94, there's 3 criteria that have to be met for continuity. The first one, f of c, f of the x-coordinate, that must exist. Well, f of 2 does not exist. And so, that criteria, the first criteria, has not been met, and that's why it's discontinuous at x equals 2. Okay, now we're doing question 6. And so for question 6, we're given a graph, and you have to refer to that graph and then answer the questions. And it says, does f of 1 exist? So f of 1 does exist, and it equals 1. So B, the next question is, does the limit of f of x as x goes to 1 exist? Yeah, the limit as x goes to 1 of f of x equals 2. Make sure you're satisfied with what I just said. So C, does the limit of f of x as x goes to 1 equal f of 1? The limit as x goes to 1 of f of x does not equal f of 1, because the limit is 2, whereas f of f is 1, so 1 does not equal 2. And D, is f continuous at x equals 1? No, it's not continuous there, because the limit as x goes to 1 of f of x does not equal f of 1. And the continuity test on page 94, this criteria fails to be met, so therefore it's not continuous at that for that x value. Okay, now we're doing question 45, and we're given this piecewise function. And we have to come up with a value of a for which this function will be continuous at x equals 2. Well, the coordinates of this point are 2, 12. So that means, and 2 is in the domain of this piece of the function, we've got to solve this a squared x minus 2a equals 12. But x is 2 here, so now we can replace that x with a 2, so we get 2a squared minus 2a equals 12. Now, all these values are, the two coefficients are even, and 12 is even, so we can divide through by 2 each term, and we'll get a squared minus a equals 6. Now let's subtract 6 from both sides, and we have something that will factor, and that's going to be a minus 3 and a plus 2. So the solutions are a equals -2 or 3. And the only one of these two that will work is a equals 3. And if you take this equation for example, and replace a with a 3, what you'll get is 2 times 9 minus 2 times 3 is 6. And we'll see what that equals. And that's going to be 18 minus 6, which equals 12. Now, if you try to do the same thing with the value negative 2, well, let's see if it'll work. It might. What we have is negative 2 squared is 4. Negative 2 squared is 4. And 4 times 2. And this is negative 2, so negative times a negative is a positive, plus 4 equals 8 plus 4. Hey, it does work, and so that is a 12. So they both work. 3 and negative 2, and we're done.